Food for Thought with Professor David Detey.
Here we are once again, another episode of Food for Thought with Professor Detey. 2 weeks ago, we began a conversation talking about phobias. You know, it's interesting how these phobias have got very hard names, and it's interesting how many they are. And it's interesting to note a lot of people have got phobias, some of them strange, like a fear of snails or a fear of frogs. The most common ones are fear of heights and fear of public speaking. Well, we didn't finish our conversation. We are getting more details and understanding into this. So let's go back to where we left it off last week. Are there any risk factors associated with phobias?
Any risk factors associated with phobias? I think the only risk factors that I think of come to my mind is re-exposure to that kind of situation.
Okay.
So if a person has got phobia, say for ants, they take care that they don't get back to see the ants again, and therefore the own risk factor in precipitating this kind of reaction is the increased chances of seeing ants again. Talk about chameleons.
Yeah.
Talk about lizards. I mean, they are all over. We see them all over in the houses, or even cockroaches. Yeah, I've seen them on
That's
planes.
another one, yes.
I've seen them on planes. And if
On planes.
yes,
Don't tell us the airline.
I want. I want to say, I think I've seen them in 4 different
Airlines. Oh,
airlines.
my goodness. Okay.
And maybe the chick me, I'll call the. Look at that. They say, yeah, something like that.
Oh my goodness.
Not because I'm afraid. They
Yeah.
are all over. So, can you imagine somebody who is afraid of cockroaches, and there's a possibility of seeing one when on a flight?
Yeah.
Or
my goodness.
going to her house,
Yeah.
coming to your house, or you coming to my house, and you think there is an increased possibility of you seeing a cockroach. So you come to, I will visit you, make that visit, but most of the time you just be looking around where there's a cockroach. Yep, totally irrational.
Okay.
Nevertheless, a big problem for that person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to think of a situation where somebody is, what is it called? Claustrophobic. Claustrophobic is the one
yes.
you're afraid of confined spaces.
Yeah, you are afraid of confined
So I'm
spaces.
thinking of a person like that
Yes.
being sent to prison. Will they
Yes.
survive?
Well, you see, the problem is, and that's why I think it's important for the people who look after people in prisons to understand some of these irrational fears. Because if this person has an irrational fear, say in a penal system,
Yeah.
the people may say this person is being very difficult, kichwagumu and things like that. And if they are afraid, say, of a cockroach or a lizard on the wall, people will come and say, "This you must be joking," and then they will enforce. You have no choice but to stay there. Now, that makes sense when you start talking about how to manage those condition phobias, but maybe we can talk a little bit more before we talk about the management.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just wondering as well, for people with this kind of phobias, are there any risk factors? Can some things go overboard?
What do you mean by going overboard? In terms of...
I'm thinking of a situation where maybe you are afraid of ants.
Yes.
And you're in a place with people and you see ants.
Yes.
You know, is it possible for you to be hysterical?
Yes, of course.
You know, and even push people over because you're trying to save your life.
Of course, they will do that. I mean, there are even people who jump through the window, try to get away from that kind of situation. They will scream. And if they feel that they cannot escape, and because of this surge of adrenaline to the body, they can faint, as you said. They can faint and become unconscious. And we have seen these things in a situation where, say, somebody gets bad news.
Yeah.
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 And they actually faint and collapse. The mechanism is the same. Yeah.
Oh.
There's fear, a lot of apprehension, increased secretion of these substances, and the people can faint. Yes, they can faint. And sometimes if they feel that they are so much exposed to that and they cannot escape, the fear is so much that it can even cause heart attack. People do faint and people do get, you have heard of people who get very bad news, and they faint and die.
And they die.
Yes, same mechanism.
Oh
Same
my
mechanism.
goodness.
Yes.
So it's a serious issue
for some people.
for some people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Depending, we are talking about continuum.
Yeah. Yeah.
From very mild to very severe. Yeah.
Wow. So let's talk about, before we even talk about treatment, Professor, at what point should somebody think I need to see a doctor for this?
Very good question. I think first of all, it is awareness.
Okay.
The way we are talking, because this person may have this problem. They know at the back of their minds is irrational.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk, to discuss. They don't want to be open about it with other people, so they keep it to themselves, and they think that we are only people with this kind of problem.
Very true.
Okay, yeah. So please, viewers, I mean, if you have this, you are not the only one.
You're not the only one. Yes.
There are very many other people who have this problem, and there is no need to live with this kind of problem. If you feel, if it is of severity that causes you problems with your body, you get panic attacks, heart racing, fainting, and sweating, and things like that. If it is causing you that discomfort, you can try to look for some help. You are not the only one.
Yeah.
If you are a housewife and you just don't want to leave your house because you cannot, you don't want to be in an open place.
Yeah.
The husband don't think there is anything. Your wife does not want is something odd about. She's not being she's not being
difficult.
Not being having that problem of that. She's it's just that they have a problem. If you are a house, if you are a woman, a lady, or a wife, or anybody else, or even a man, if you have this problem and is reaching those stages, the people who are watching and have those people in their homes, they should understand that this is a problem, and that person, they are saying, or that person who is having this problem, he or she is not the only one. There are very many other people who have that problem. So if it's causing you a problem, look for some help.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is treatment available?
Yes, there are different types of treatment that are available, and they may take different forms of the treatment.
Okay.
Or management. Let's, for example, take fear of flying. Okay, yeah. And you really have to travel.
Yeah.
So you can be exposed to a situation, a difficult situation, in small doses.
Oh, okay.
In small doses, you bring it. That person, you can expose that person through imagination. I don't want to use technical terms. It's like just imagine. It's like saying this. Imagine that you are. Imagine that there's a snake. Yeah, in your mind, there's a snake, and then through that process of imagination, there's a snake there. It's okay. It's safe. It's not going to do anything to you.
Yeah.
Nothing is going to happen. And then this person who is with you can also take you, can can tell you, yes, I'm also imagining, but nothing is happening to me. It's like you are pairing me. I am the patient.
Yeah.
You are the one who's treating me.
Yeah.
You slowly approach me to a situation through imagination, asking me, the patient, how are you feeling? The thing is very far, it's very safe. I'm feeling like this. Say, it's okay. I'm here with you. You can see nothing is happening with me.
Yeah.
Or is it true? So you are not feeling anything. So in other words, is it true that is not going to be harmful to you, to me? Say, no, I'm also with you and I'm not feeling anything.
Yeah.
So you slowly expose them and then bring them very close to the object. Yes, we are here. That is a snake over there.
Yes.
We are just imagining.
Yes.
How are you feeling? I feel like running away. You say, no, don't run away. I'm here with you. I don't feel that kind of pain, and I save. And then you can do the same in a real situation. It's like now in this case, it's like you can say you have got fear of heights.
Yeah.
You go with person one level of height, we are still okay. You are accompanying this person at different level of height. I'm still. You tell me I'm the patient.
Yes.
You tell me, and you are my therapist. You tell me with you, David, nothing is happening until you take me up to the top, and nothing is happening. And then you make me stay there for as long as possible. So I become desensitized.
Yes.
That is,
Yes.
I can stay there and nothing happens.
Okay.
That is the one that is most prescribed way of treating this.
That's all the time we have for Food for Thought with Professor Ndetei. Thank you so much for keeping us company. I hope the information we are giving you is helpful, because the key thing we seek to do with this show is to give out information and to create awareness, because the more awareness we create on mental health issues, the more we reduce the stigma associated with mental health issues. If you know somebody who needs to listen to this program, you can direct them to our YouTube channel. Look for Family Media on YouTube. You will find episodes of Food for Thought with Professor Ndetei right there. Until next week, have yourselves a great day.
Food for Thought with Professor David Ndetei.